Hey everybody, you know me by now. You should, otherwise, what are you doing watching all my stuff? But you may not know this guy here. Warren, say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody.
So Warren, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'd like a real quick snapshot of a little bit of your background. Give them a little bio, if you will. How long you been in the business? Where are we at? What are we doing? Bring us up to speed in 30 seconds.
I am been in the business 27 years. Started this company. Haven't been at this company the whole time. I am president and general manager of Colonial Auto Center and Colonial Nissan in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Fantastic. Now, you and I have been working together. This is our second year. Specifically, I want to talk about some stuff relative to what we accomplished today. Let me tell them what happened. So I'm in town working with the auto group. I'm actually traveling 6 days across 15 stores. One of my goals is not only to get involved with car deals, which we did.
Yes, we did.
Save some deals, made some deals, closed some deals.
While wearing a mask.
Yeah, yes, we did. One of the other things I want to do is get with the GMs and the sales managers and talk about things like coaching and motivating the team, recruiting, things like this. We got into some higher level discussions today. A lot of people who follow me think of me as a sales trainer and just kind of a road to the sale guy. That's fine. I don't mind if you think that way of me because I love selling cars. So I'm not afraid of that accusation. That said, not a lot of dealers or GMs understand some of the higher level stuff that I can bring to the table. And that's what I want this video to be. 27 years in the business, managing partner, general manager. I want to talk about some of the higher level things that we talked about when we talked first thing this morning. We talked about recruiting, right?
Yes, we did.
And then a little bit today, we talked about the coaching with your managers.
Yes.
And then more specifically, we just talked about the lifetime value of your customers.
Yes.
And we, of all those
And
things.
what buckets customers are in.
Right, what buckets, and they're not all equal.
No.
Okay. Here's what I'd like to do. You're watching this video. Hopefully, you're going to get some value no matter who you are, but I want to specifically speak to if you're a dealer or a general manager or GSM right now, you're my target audience for this video. Let's go to the recruiting part. What were some of the kind of aha moments that you can relay back? I know you don't have your notes, so you don't have to get that specific, but just the general ideas that you were getting from the recruiting strategies.
Well, the big thing was the value of a much better interview process and being more particular and ask them to do things that you would like them to do once they start. So why, if they won't do it to get the job, as you said, why would you expect them to do it when they get the job? And things, I've been doing this a long time and I've done a lot of things in sales. And I got some, you didn't see me this morning, but he did, and I know I look smarter right now, right?
You look really smart.
Yeah. So I learned things today that I hadn't thought of before, and I thought I was pretty wicked smart, you know.
Well, I'm going to take it to the personal level for a second because you revealed something to me personally that really touched me, and I think that's part of what caused us both to really resonate on the subject matter. You shared with me how when you were early in your career, someone took the time to ask you a question about what are your goals.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And share a little bit of that story.
He my nickname is Polecat, and don't ask me what that is, but he said, Polecat, what is it you're after? This is when I was first starting in the business. And I said, man, I like to buy a house. You know, I'm renting an apartment, and I'd like to have a house. What kind of house would you like? And I described to him the house. Well, the next day he came back, he'd gotten a magazine or something and cut a picture out of the house that I wanted. He said, now go put this in your coupon. I want you to look at it every day. And I had it in there for years through the salesman of the month, salesman of the year. And guess what? I got a house that looks just like that right now.
Yeah. And it was in that moment of conversation I was having with Warren, I said, but Warren, are you doing that when you're interviewing people? Because that was something he did after you already had the job. And I said, why don't we do that before we even...
And he was just a salesman.
I didn't know that.
He wasn't a manager. He was another sales, but he was an older guy.
I got the impression it was like one of your managers doing
No,
that for you.
It was just he was an older guy, a retired Navy guy who could sell anything.
Oh, that makes the story even better.
That's what I was. Yeah, he did it for me.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we were saying in the interview, I gave you 3 things. I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'll coach you through it, but I'll let you suffer a little bit. I gave you 3 different strategies to filter out for 3 different areas that we find ourselves frustrated by our sales team by. I'll give you what the 3 areas are to trigger your memory, and then you'll tell me what the solution was. So the first area was, I said, sometimes we hire people and they don't seem to have any drive. And they don't seem to care whether they make $3,000, 5 or 7. And they don't seem to have any goals. And we're frustrated, like, why don't these people care? So I gave you a solution for that, which was what in the interview?
Well, I'm going to leave the office for 5 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, and I want you to write down goals you have for yourself. And I'll just take your time, write them down. I'll come back in 5 minutes, and we'll discuss them.
Now, you caught yourself because the first time you said it, you said how many goals you wanted, but you caught
I didn't say that.
the first time you did.
No. We were up there. Yeah.
But you caught it this time.
Yes, I did.
So thank you for that.
That's because my hand got slapped.
Yeah, I saw that. So what he just relayed to you is a technique in the interview. It's to tell the candidate, hey, listen, before we get too far into this, I got to go do something. I'm going to put 5 minutes on my phone. I'm going to step out of the office. Here's a sheet of paper and pen. I'd like you to write down some goals, things that if you had more money, you would do these things. And it could be 3 categories. Do you remember what they were? Materialistic goals.
What's the trip thing?
Experiential goals.
See, that's too big a word for me.
Experiential goals.
And the third one was a contributor.
Yeah, a way that they would contribute. So
right.
maybe they want to do something for the church.
Mm-hmm.
But just give them areas. Say, I want you to write down something. It could be materialistic, could be experiential, could be contribution based. But I'm gonna be back. Walk out for 5 minutes. Come back. On their goal sheet, do they have 2 things? Do they have nothing? Do they have helicopters and islands and Lamborghinis? Do they have, games for Fortnite? I need to know that before I hire the person. So that was one thing. The second thing we said we want to filter for with our candidates, we want to filter for their willingness to use social media, their willingness
Correct.
to use video.
Yes.
I said, you're hiring people and then you're trying to get them to go do social media and video, but that was never mentioned in the interview, wasn't mentioned in the job description, wasn't mentioned in the ad.
And you even said have them do a video.
That was the solution. So what's the solution?
Have them go do. I would never think to do that, but have them go do a video for you. Excuse me. Have them go do the video and show them what you're looking for. Again, that goes right back to if they will do it to get the job, then they'll do it when they have the job.
Well,
or not.
Right. Well, not only will they do it, but they'll understand that it's part of the expectation. Like if this guy had me do a video as part of the interview, then surely doing a video as part of the job is probably normal. Right? You're normalizing the behaviors that you want in the interview.
Yeah.
Now, the third thing we talked about was the training. We said sometimes you have people on your team and you do provide them training, but they don't seem to want to learn. They're not coachable. It's like you're trying to give them the tools and they don't want the tools. So I said you can filter for their willingness to train and their willingness to learn something. How do you filter for that?
What did you tell me?
Go ahead.
It was a long time ago.
I know.
It was.
You've eaten since then.
Yeah. Well, we got a gallon of coffee. It was. Remember, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
That's okay. I won't take offense. I can't give no respect. I won't take offense to the part he's forgetting is the part about me. You have some.
Oh shoot! I was thinking about that the last time. And
Go ahead.
You can cut.
You want to edit? We're not editing nothing. Blooper.
Is you pull up a video. Let's say you go to Google and you pull up Jonathan Dawson.
Yeah.
You got a training video. You show it to him. Say, watch this as many times as you need to, and I want you to come out and execute what you just learned.
Yeah. And what was one of the videos we said we probably do since we want more of them?
Oh, referrals.
So maybe you pull up one of my videos. You go to Sellchology, go to Google, type in Sellchology referrals, and you pull up a video of me asking for referrals. Mm-hmm. And you say, look, this is a 4-minute video. It's our training partner. He's asking for referrals with a customer. I want you to watch that. And then when you can do what he just did, come get me. It's a 4-minute video. If you watch it 3 times, you'll come get me in 12 minutes.
Well, the way I said it was better.
Yeah,
but you find out if they don't care, if they're just faking it, if they're really committed, and it's a culture thing.
Right. Well, you're establishing that training is part of the culture of the dealership. Yeah. Because how often do we do this? We hire people and they don't even know there's a training program. They don't even know they're supposed to log into some training. We see it all the time. We call
that never happens.
Not at your store, not at his store.
No, they know they're getting trained.
This is other stores. I'm saying other dealerships I've talked to in the past. None of my clients.
That's right.
Anyway, so that was that. Now let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about what we just talked about because this was pretty. Yeah. Should we?
I'm still mad about it.
You're mad.
No, I don't want. You don't need to make me look any dumber.
Well, that is not what my intent was at all. If that is a byproduct,
well, it seems like you've taken great pleasure in it.
If that happens to be a byproduct of our conversation,
so be it.
So be it.
Okay.
Do we want to even tell other dealers about this, or should
I prefer to leave it locked in this office for the time being?
Can we give them a glimpse of it? Can we whet the appetite? Remember,
Yeah.
I want dealers to watch
Yeah.
this and want me to work with them.
This was interesting. I was happy to hear him tell me when he told me that one of my brethren at his sister store was in the same position I was in.
Yeah, he said John, 27 years or 26
22 years as a GM.
Yeah,
I haven't been
22
GM.
yeah, 22 years as a GM. He says I'm both embarrassed and angry.
But I always
that
thought
I
I was
never thought
a
of
lot
this.
smarter.
We were going to use names, and I got to.
Oh. Did I say?
I might have to edit that out. That part I might edit out. All right. Anyways, what's the gist of this idea? What's the big aha moment?
Is that we spend gobs of money. Do we want to call them the worst people in the world?
You can call them that.
Chasing after the worst people in the world to come in to beat you up on the price when the easy sale, and it doesn't cost. Well, it's not the easy sale, but it doesn't cost anything for service and repeat business and referrals and self-generation.
Yeah.
Which we could do. We do really good at the bad stuff, but we're not so hot at the other stuff. So that's starting tomorrow. And I'm not plugging you, but you got some really good programs.
Thank you.
I've seen some other programs that are generating service I did not like. Couldn't get my arms around it. And if I'm don't have my arms around it, it ain't gonna work.
Well, I just showed you a couple ways to solicit from service. What's the cost on implementing these? So go ahead and say it. Zero.
That's yeah.
I'm showing you zero cost ways of converting from service to sales.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so listen, if you're watching this, if you're a general manager, you're a dealer, you're a GSM, on the peripheral, you've kind of seen some Sellchology. You think of me as just a road to the sales trainer guy. I want you to hear it's not, right? No. Sellchology is not much more than that.
Oh yeah. And the road to sale is now curvy and and everywhere. There's so many ways to sell a car now.
Yeah.
So it certainly has changed. But
and I'm gonna plug myself. I'm gonna compliment myself and ask him to agree with me. Is it nice to see a trainer though willing to hop out and grab a customer? You were telling me something about what Rob said.
No, I went over to Paul and I
Paul.
said, "You're weak as circus lemonade. You sending Jonathan in to close your deal." And he said, "No, he jumped up and I couldn't have kept him from getting to the customer."
Yeah.
So I thought it was. I got a kick out of that. So it's the real deal. I mean, it's not just. I ain't gonna mention any names.
Okay, please.
Just plugging somebody, video and watching a bunch of stupid videos, which yours are not.
Thank you.
And then there's communication. There's
support
from
Scott
Scott Trail, and then there's live videos. We have live discussions.
Yeah.
And then you're actually on site a couple times a year minimum. So it's
I don't
great.
offer that to everybody though, so let's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can delete that.
I don't know if I'll delete that.
Edit.
I might edit that part, but because not everybody gets that access.
You're not saying you come to see me more often because I have more problems.
No.
Okay. We got to edit that out.
All right. So, in closing, any GM, dealer, general sales managers entertaining a training program or something for their team and their managers, your 27 years tells them what?
27 years. I'll tell you can I tell a quick story?
You can tell.
I left here, I guess it was 9 years ago, and went to another
Doesn't sound
store.
like a quick
and I
story.
thought I was a cocky GSM, thought I knew everything. Went there and learned. So when I came back, I knew it all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't know it all.
I appreciate that.
I'm learning the pay plan and how it adapts for the different type of customer. Completely, that's a game changer.
Tell them to pick up the phone and call me.
Yeah, Jonathan Dawson, 1-800. He can do it.
All right, thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure to work with Warren. Now, I literally, right after this, where am I going?
He's going over. We have a sister store in about 30 miles from us. He's going in between to generate some sales applicants for us.
We're doing a recruiting seminar.
Yes.
I'm hosting
Sales
a
training.
free sales seminar. We've advertised it. We're having candidates come to attend a free sales seminar. I'm going to be conducting the seminar for 2.5 hours, and we're going to use that as a filtering and launching pad for recruiting candidates. So we have almost 24 people. I think we're right at 24 registrants who are going to come and listen for 2.5 hours. By the way, that is a type of filter. If they're willing to sit for 2.5 hours and learn about sales,
that's true. You going to do any of this? That's stuff you did with me?
A little bit, not as much. I don't want to embarrass people. This was fun.
Yeah, embarrassing me was a blast.
Okay. All right, thanks everybody.